You know, every actor has interesting jobs. One time you were a dancer, and then one time you worked on bodies.
Dead people.
Now, describe that. How was that for you?
They were dead. They were quiet. Not a lot of movement. I mean, you know, you roll up their hair and you put the makeup on them and you unroll their hair and you talk to them. You make them dance and stuff.
So what do you talk to them about?
Oh, whatever's going on in your life, you know.
But didn't you briefly work as a bricklayer for a while too?
Yeah, that's not so unusual. You think that's unusual?
Well, how did that job evolve and what was it like for you?
I learned about bricklaying from a couple of friends who needed some help in their business. So that's what I did. It taught me how to do that, which is pretty neat. Know a little carpentry.
You know, a lot of actors have a lot of what-ifs in their career. Now, when Saturday Night Live was going through their cast change, their first cast change, you sent them an audition tape.
Right.
What happened with that?
We never got it back and we never heard from them. It really bothered me.
And
it's a bootleg of me running around somewhere.
Did you ever call back and find out that something had happened to that tape? It got mangled?
Oh, you know, in those days, I couldn't get anybody to pick up a phone for me.
Let's go to The Color Purple. Now, were you very intimidated when you started that film? Because when you auditioned, didn't you want the Sophia role instead?
Yeah, actually, I didn't know I was auditioning when I did it. And I had written to Alice Walker and said that I really wanted to do it if they ever made a movie, and she knew my work, as it turns out. And when Steven said he was doing it and that he would like to have me do Celia, it made me a little uncomfortable because I figured if I wasn't very good, I didn't want to drag the film down, being in the lead. And he said he would worry about that. And he convinced me. It took him about 20 minutes to get me to understand that he actually knew what he was doing and it was okay. It was okay to leave it to him. So I did.
Okay, with the Oscars, with your nomination, now do you feel now maybe more relieved that you didn't win the Best Actress Oscar?
I have said always when it came out that I was not expecting to get it, didn't anticipate getting it, didn't want it, wasn't ready for it. I'll get one day.
And you know, every actor has a turning point in their careers, and you had at one point, you know, a few movies that didn't do all that well.
That's actually not so. Financially, when you look at the movies that did well, those were the Eddie Murphy movies.
Yeah.
Very few movies were making $90 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so they financially did what they were supposed to do. The critics were upset with me for not doing Color Purple successively.
Okay.
Nobody was writing that. But go on with it. I just like to clear that up. Yes.
Well, press reports at the time, the way they were written is that you weren't entirely happy with the roles you were getting with some of those films.
No, my point to them was, don't tell me I should be doing Color Purple again unless you have a script for me. Okay. I'm doing the best of what's out there and being offered to me. So people somehow try to make you more than you are, or angrier than you are, or more disappointed than you are. And one of the ways that works is they say, well, you know, Jumpin' Jack Flash didn't make any money. Said nothing about whether the movie was good or not. Jack Flash is a great fluff piece. Never meant to be a tearjerker. It's a great fluff piece. Burglar, Fatal Beauty, they're action-adventure pictures, which no one was doing, no woman was doing at the time. So there's lots of things in hindsight that I think people would rewrite. And remember, a lot of this was written when I was still a flash in the pan. The milestone in my career, there are two of them so far. One is Color Purple, the other one is Ghost, you know. Then the other one is, you know, The Player and Sister Act and, you know, everything that's come since then. So, you know, it's, careers are like life. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, you know.
When it comes to handling fame, I read once that what you do is you read a lot of star autobiographies.
Right.
Now, and one of the ones that you've learned a lot from is Sid Caesar.
Right.
What did you learn specifically from reading his book that's helped you?
Well, I mean, Sid wrote that he would go to sleep every night wondering if he'd wake up talentless. And I understood that, I understood that. And what it did to him was it made him live hard and fast. And I didn't want to do that, And he wrote about some wonderful things that have really helped me. They haven't saved me, but at least I knew what was coming, And so I really I thank him for writing that.